Yeah, I think happy Independence Day. For how many Nigerians are unhappy for this Independence Day, the Independence Day we are celebrating? Because people are celebrating it with poverty, people are celebrating it with hunger, and a few people that may gather themselves together that will be saying they are, celebrating low key. I think there will be campaign, there will be pumping for Nigeria in that place, and why the masses are lavishing in hunger. And I think I've said it all over and over. What we need now is decentralization of this country, and the regionalism will be a better, things to work on. And about the Mr. Bamidele Opeyemi is on his own. Nobody sent him to do that. Ningi is on his own to fighting against regionalism, because I don't know, same Ningi they suspended during the preliminary in the Senate, and it's going too far as it is now. And
he was even shouting in the house, said, no, it cannot happen. The North will not accept it. Unless Nigeria will not move forward, no unity.
Where are the voices of our southern
senators, governors, senators in the house?
Where are their voices? To me, I mean, Bamidele Opeyemi, Mr. Senator Bamidele Opeyemi is on his own. He's not reflecting the wishes of the masses, the Yoruba masses, I can say, because he's a Yoruba man, and I have to let him know he's on his own. We want federalism. We want the decentralization of the country, because the headache is too much. The headache of this country is too much, and it cannot live on federalism, true federalism. Let us find a way out that can sort our problem out, because it's a madman that will be doing things, repeating same mistake, and still be praising himself. As it is now, me I'm tired of this system. Everybody can, if you want to do a referendum now, I can tell you 80-90% of Nigerians are tired of this system we are into now, because it's only favor some minor people, and who are those minor people? They are the money bags of politician money bags. And I can say again, with true regionalism we've practiced before. That is the 60s, right? Under Awolowo, Zik, and Tafawa Balewa. We knew the advantage we had then, but this time around, a lot of people will just gather themselves and squandering our commonwealth money, and we will be suffering. And at the same time, we will be the hand, will be the punish, punish sacrifice. It will be the sacrifice they will use to elevate the.
The protest on Independence Day justified. You understand? Why would Nigerians organize protest on Independence Day, knowing fully well that today is Independence Day and they're saying they must protest? Are they protesting? Is it a signal of the unity questionable? Nigeria need to return to regionalism or find a way out. Do you think that Tinubu is silent on this?
It should not be silent. If it's silent, we are going to live this up. And there are elder statesmen that have been putting pressure on the president. And who are these elder statesmen? We are talking of the elder of the Yoruba nations and the Yoruba country, the leaders there. And we're talking of the leaders from the southeast region, which comprises of Emeka Anyoku and General Nwachukwu and Clark. All of them have come together on a round table that this is what they want, and this is the solution to our problem in this country. Because a marriage that will be a marriage that's been on for how many years, that is not yielding productive children, that is not yielding successive children, what do you expect? You need to go back to where you're coming from. If you don't know where you're going to, retrace your step. Why are we? What brought us to this level we are? So you can imagine, even if any senator is going contrary to the regionalism, how about the state police? Is state police not under regionalism?
Local
government autonomy. So why they just? I don't know. It should be a shame for anybody that is going to that hollow chamber and be going against the way out for Nigerian progress, for individual progress. Not only them that will be in that hollow chamber, and be about the Ningi likewise. I don't know him, and I don't need to know a leader that will retrogress me it back. So to me, if they don't want, let us form a decorum, and they will see in that Senate. And because it's part of what we're saying. When you say the majority, we always carry the votes in the what's it called, in the hollow chamber. But how many are those majority? How many are those? Even when you're talking of the majority, you have the minority majority. As what I mean by minority majority, when you talk of the middle belts.
Yes, the middle belt. The struggle to break that jinx is there.
Yes,
but the president should know that at this level now, he should be able to lobby, deeply, because that is what Nigerians are advocating. It doesn't mean that the Northerners are afraid of, losing grip on the crude oil from the southern part of the country.
If they are afraid, that's their worry. Will take them long. If that is what they hide, sticking to now, it will take them long because every region has resources that it can align with.
Are you saying there are resources in the north?
There are resources, a lot, bouncing resources. In Zamfara alone, you know how many gold that is in Zamfara. You know how many uranium they get through the what's it called, the affiliation with the what's it called, the J. I mean, this country is blessed. It's only the leaders that are not blessing us. It's only the leaders that are just going astray of the blessed of this country. I can tell you wholeheartedly, every region on this planet Nigeria, or country called Nigeria, is blessed, endowed with mineral resources. Look at the oil in the south. Look at in the east. Look at the coal. Look at a lot of things that are coming out. Oil in the southeast. Look at Lagos. Look at southwest. Lagos has oil. The Ondo has oil. Bitumen, Ondo, largest producer of bitumen. And you go to east too, you see a lot of gas flaring around. They've not found it fit. They've not deemed it fit to fix those gas flaring and turn that gas flaring to productivity that will help the Nigerian citizen. Look how much we are buying gas now. I've stopped buying gas. Now, I have switched up to kerosene, so a lot of things that they're using to punish us, that they never even tried to touch that area.
Do you think that, like Obamidele in the Senate said, do you think that Biafra will actually stop regionalism?
I don't think. The Biafra agitations, it will come easy with regionalism. I can tell you, without even shooting any gun, without war. We need to judge up. And that is why people have been clamoring that Jonathan confab, they should bring it out, because it will go a long way to help our problem in this country, to help go a long way to solve solutions or the problem of this country, to provide solution to the problem of this country. That confab report is still in the archive in Abuja there, in the seat of power. They should bring it out, and I don't know why they are afraid to implement any good thing. The power that be will be afraid to implement it. I think the president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as a Democrat, you fought for democracy. You're one of the pioneers, people that fought for democracy in this country, and we've been following you right from onset. This is not the right time that you're supposed to prove your instincts that you will now deny us of true democracy. We want a true democracy. What we are practicing in this country is more or less like demonstration of grace, as Fela will say. It's more or less like demonstration of grace, because I can't see people that has been, that's been stealing money, and you steal what you cannot finish. What I mean now is the problem. One critical problem we're having, our leaders are having, is kleptomania. When you keep stealing what you cannot, what you don't need, the money you cannot finish.
If the North said no to regionalism finally, Kule, as an expert in regionalism, you understand, who understands some certain things, what do you think Nigeria will look like if the South is seized and the North, said no. No, is it not high time we look at the?
It is the right time, right time, man. And I can tell you wholeheartedly, I think there's a second game. There's a game plan from the southern governors, because they've come together to form a forum now, and the southern governors, they are waiting for the North, and the time limit, which let them declare that regionalism in the south, then the North can do what they want, because then we should be able to liberate ourselves. We've been held down for a long time. And you can see the system of the country is not even balanced. Some people, some regions are more superior to the others. And I can tell you, some region will use that population. And the population, majority of those populations are borrowed populations. And the people that owns the remaining population, they are adding up to their population. I'm talking of the core, North now. They themselves, they are tired, because there's been insecurity all around. Is it Benue you want to say? Is it Kogi you want to say? Is it what's it called, Adamawa, all those Nasarawa? Sorry, you want to say? I mean, it's not welcoming. So let everybody answer his father's name or his origin name, so that we can see. There can still be hands across the river, handshake across the river, all over. But what we want is Nigeria to benefit from the land. Each and every one of us were born in Nigeria. Yes. But have we ever enjoy or benefit any goodies of this country? The national cake is just limited to one side, in which they are all cutting, slicing it bit by bit. And it's more or less the way Nigerian is. It's more or less like a son of a butcher that has a son, that his son as a butcher is eating bone. That's the situation we find ourselves. We've got oil, we've got stock of natural resources that we don't have, but still we are still hungry. I think there should be an end to that, because an hungry man is an angry man. There's no how you can pacify an hungry person. That's thing. Look at churches. The churches, they want to lure member. They first of all do what? They first of all entertain them with food, and this so that they can listen to the sermon. And a hungry man cannot listen to any pastor that is preaching in the pulpit, man. That's the issue. Nigerians are hungry. Let's take it or leave it. There's hunger in the land. How can you correct this abnormality of hunger in the country that it has plenty, that is endowed, that has multiple, resources? It's not.
Yes, Mr. King, actually, you've not sounded like this for a very long time. You've not sounded like this for a very long time. But the question, finally, I want to put to you now. Looking at Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Awolowo, Bafemi Awolowo, and Ahmadu Bello, should they have regretted, fighting for independence?
They ought not to regret, because Ghana, as tiny as Ghana is, they got independence ahead of us. And we are more triple in population than Ghanaians. It's just decorum we need, and give it to the Messiah, which was General J.J. Rawlings, that came to change the narrative, in which we nearly had that in Oka too. But what happened then? The military subdued him. Under the general Babangida subdued him, and we failed then to have a Messiah that will have led us to a true Nigeria, to a working Nigeria, and to a progressive Nigeria. But there's still hope. Since we don't need to war any longer, we can judge us to solve our problem, and that would be very okay, because they tried that in the confab, Jonathan confab, all the regions, all the states, all the who in each region. Jonathan said, bring your first 11, and everybody brought his first 11, and they deliberate on that confab, and the outcome now, why is it that Nigeria will start a process? It's always common that we have a process, we spend a whole lot of money on the process, and we have that long gone. When the outcome of the process is supposed to be implemented, we just abandon it. Are we not wasteful? Nation? Do you know how much they spend for that confab? You know how much they spend?
Must we always listen to the North? Why you with the South always bow to the North?
Wait, don't do it.
And they, I know. Can you help us understand it?
As a Nigerian,
Yes,
I
can
don't know
you
who's
help us?
bowing.
Because you saw what happened in the Senate recently. Somebody stand now and say no to regionalism.
They're on their own. Then what thing is they walk out. The South senator need to walk out, and the other side they cannot, bring any law onto the table without the full house. The South, they know what to do. Our leaders are just being cowards. Our Southern leaders are just being cowards. They know what to do. They can walk out from the Senate, and the remaining can not just form the decorum, and they can't form the quorum, and they no pass any what's it called? No, they can't. And the Senate president is a Southern man, and give it to him because he fought for everything people have been saying about Senator Akpabio. I don't miss, but one thing is doing that is a brave man. He was the one that fought for that what's it called, S-Men issue. This S-Men that the question he was asking them was, do you think all these animals are better than human, or they are more privileged than human beings, that they are killing anyhow?
That takes us to Imo State, where the governor has declared Imo IDP camp for the terrorist Fulanis, and a certain Northerner Yerima, who is the youth leader of Ariwa Consultative Forum, said if Uzodinma does not accept those terrorists in Igbo land, that they will declare war. What is your take on that?
Are you sure? Are we sure that guy really mean what he said?
I will show you. After this interview.
It must have been. It must have been picked. It must have been picked and be invited by DSS to come and explain itself, because nobody is above the law. That statement to me is not welcoming. So to me, Yerima needs to be, picked to be questioned by the DSS or by NIA or any government security apparatus that can, snitch out what it means with that statement he said. To me, nobody is above the law, and nobody should go against the law. And if you go against the law will take the effects on you. So to me, Yerima really good on that level. To me, the other Ningi in the Senate really good. So that man, I think he's been a mole in that house. It was this same person that accused the Senate president
of pardoning
the budget. Later, he came, he apologized. We don't need the such distraction this time around in our Senate.
What does Hope Uzodinma want to achieve with that recent move? Can you help us understand that?
To me, I think maybe, I don't know, Mr. Governor Uzodinma, I don't really know what he meant with that creating IDP camps in the south east. I learned it in his Igbo. It has not gone. So let Igboites rise up and challenge him, because if I have to have any input on it, he will ask me, when the Igboites are not even complaining, what is my own problem on it? So let the Igboites rise up and challenge him. Why IDP camp in our territory? We are not like the IDP camp in Zamfara, where the bandits have started collecting, tax. They divided the government into two. One side for the terrorists collecting tax from the citizens before they go to their farm, and the other side for the government in power. So Mr. Hope must explain to the citizens of Imo State why he created that IDP camp.
Thank you.